unlock business hacks and lessons and release 5-minute management tips with business leaders. Join Irfan and the various respected business leaders in different industries.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Irfan with 5-minute management lessons from entrepreneurs. Today we've got nurse practitioner, founder, CEO, Katushia Paul out in Plainview, New York, is it?
Yes, Plainview, Long Island.
All right, and the name of your business again, Katushia?
It's KP Drip Bar and Aesthetics.
All right, very cool. Give me a snapshot of what KP Drip Bar and Aesthetics is all about.
Oh, we're a med spa and we cater to every and anybody who needs services as far as IV hydration, Botox, dermal fillers, and PDO threading.
Interesting. Now you've got kind of a unique journey because you started out as a nurse practitioner, so you're very well qualified to do aesthetics and other things, right?
Correct. I've done the training in aesthetics to and I got certified in aesthetics to make sure that whoever comes to me is confident that I know what I'm doing and that your outcomes are going to be optimal.
All right, so I've got a ton of questions for you. We'll get into those one by one. Katushia, give me a sense of why you do what you do, how you came into this field. Currently, it's very much in demand. I'm seeing TikTok videos, YouTube videos on how to do what you do. So can you just give everybody a primer on your journey?
So I became a nurse practitioner back in 2016, and I always knew that at some point during my NP journey, I wanted to become an entrepreneur. How was that going to happen? I didn't have a clue, but I just trusted the process. And while I was working as an NP, I came across other healthcare professionals who were in the med spa space, who were entrepreneurs, whether it be in, medical cannabis or different other areas. And I also kind of picked their brains as to, what their journey was like, how they themselves became entrepreneurs. And they just kind of put me in contact with their network, whether it be their attorney, their business coach. And I just took it from there and reached out to them and, started my own journey on becoming an entrepreneur as a nurse practitioner.
When did you decide that you wanted to be a nurse? Was this something that you realized in high school, later on? Was there also a moment where you were like, yo, that's it, that's for me?
I did have a moment, but I felt like I've always wanted to be in the medical field. I've always been around nurses. So I wasn't sure if I specifically wanted to be a nurse, but I did know that I wanted to be in the medical field. And I know at some point when I saw my aunts and my mom, she's a nurse as well, and they always kind of encouraged me. And I guess they've seen something in me and felt that I would be good at nursing and just kind of encouraged me, be a nurse. And if, at the end of the day, if you wanted to change paths and you go to nursing school, you realize that's not for you, you can always change to another area within the healthcare field. And fast forward, nursing has its highs and its lows, but I don't think I would ever change my decision in becoming a nurse. It's so worth it.
Wow. I think it's a calling more so than a choice. So that's really interesting. So talk to me a little bit about your entrepreneurial journey. How far into nursing were you when you had this light bulb go off and say, you know what, I have this idea, and walk me through the details of that? Because as a nurse, you're working grueling hours. You don't have a lot of time for extracurricular activities. So how did that come to pass?
So I already knew as an RN, that's something that I couldn't do. Like you said, it's, long hours, 12-hour shifts. And once I became a nurse practitioner, I felt like I had more of an opportunity to pursue my goals as becoming an entrepreneur within the healthcare space. That way I can make my hours, you have more flexibility, you have more control over what you do as a nurse practitioner. And once, maybe about a year and a half, 2 years in being an NP, I started learning about becoming a 1099 provider. So that in itself just gave me a whole different perspective. And it also forced me to open my PLLC in order to get the tax benefits of being a 1099 provider. And again, meeting other providers who are entrepreneurs and who were nurse practitioners, they're constantly encouraging me, become an entrepreneur, open your business. I think it'll make the profession stronger collectively. And we're in a position where we can open our business and we really don't have to answer to anybody, depending especially on what state you're in. But I'm in the state of New York, where we're full practice authority. So that in itself allowed me to expand my dreams on becoming an entrepreneur within the healthcare space.
Very cool. You've got a physical location?
I do. I have physical location in Plainview, Long Island.
Okay.
At the Solar Salons. I'm in Suite 26.
I'm going to shift gears just a little bit. So talk to me about what you think differentiates you in the marketplace according to your clients and patients.
I genuinely care. So once a client comes to me, we have a consultation before I touch them, or even before I even try selling anything to them. I generally want to get to know my clients, find out what their goals are, their beauty goals, or even if they come to me for IV hydration, what's going on with you? Take a look at their medical history, if there are any diagnoses and things that I need to consider before infusing any IV drip. So for me, I definitely incorporate my clinical background into my business, because at the end of the day, I generally care about my patient's well-being.
Can you give me an example of results where a patient came in and they may have been a little skeptical, like, should I do this? Should I do IV hydration or any number of different services that you provide? And by the end of it, they were like, yo, this is amazing.
Yes. So I have a few scenarios where one client came in and he wanted to try the NAD drip. He'd never tried it before. And he had just had a kidney transplant maybe about a year ago prior to coming to me. So I had to get clearance prior to me giving him the infusion. But once I did give him the infusion, the next time he visited me later on that week for his second dose, he said he automatically felt a difference within himself. His mental clarity was on point. He just felt better after the drip, literally 24 hours after the drip. Another scenario is a patient that came to me to get the PDO threading, which is you get instant results. It's a minimally invasive facelift where I thread the thread inside of your face and your face is snatched by the time you walk out the door. So that in itself is the reason why I do some of the services that I provide, because I love to see the confidence and see how happy they are.
Can you give me an example of your biggest business challenge and how you overcame it?
I would say my biggest challenge thus far is overcoming, I guess, the imposter syndrome. And I think that's associated with, with fear and being that it's an unfamiliar territory. I've never been an entrepreneur before. I've been nursing all my life. I've been healthcare all my life. So this to me is really new. I know nothing about it. So it's scary. You're afraid of failure. You're afraid of running into roadblocks. You don't know what's ahead. But I think the best way I was able to kind of navigate through that was hiring a business coach, and basically a nurse practitioner who's been in that space for about 5+ years, who has a successful med spa that's up and running and always kind of guiding me, this is what you need to do. This is what happened to me. And I suggest that maybe that you should consider doing it this way. And I think I've been able to avoid a lot of hurdles with hiring a business coach.
In terms of your goals for the rest of this year and into next year, talk to me a little bit about what your plans are.
My plans are to just kind of continue to get my name out there, let people know my brand, know about KP Drip Bar and Aesthetics and what it is that I do, and just to kind of just scale my business, have more clients coming through my doors and servicing them, and just, again, making a name for myself out there.
Very cool. Well, listen, I am always inspired talking to you. You've just got such a positive energy and demeanor. Our team enjoys working for you and supporting you in any way we can. And I think that you've got the fact that you're a nurse practitioner that's also in this industry should be reassuring to a lot of potential clients, because as you and I both know, there are, aesthetics are a booming business.
Yes.
You've got folks with no certification or some certification or questionable certification who aren't really qualified. They don't know the pharmacological effects of some of these things that they're doing, and some of them don't even work. So I would say anybody who's listening to this, if you're out in Plainview, New York, or in the surrounding vicinity and you're looking at getting these types of services, it would behoove you to reach out to somebody who's as well qualified as Katushia. So, Katushia, I certainly thank you for your time. I appreciate it. I always learn something new every time I chat with you. Best of luck in over the course of the next year and scaling up your business.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
All right.
Thank you for watching. Did you enjoy today's episode? Don't forget to subscribe so you'll be notified with our next one.